Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to connect Google Drive to your n8n AI automation workflow. Alright, so let's begin with the video. I'm going to start by creating a simple workflow inside n8n so we can use it to set up our connection. First, open up your web browser and search for n8n. After that, sign into your account. Next, select your workflow from the dashboard where you want to connect. In this example, I've added a basic execute workflow node, and now I'm going to click the plus button to add another one. Inside the search bar, I'll type Google Drive and select the Create a Folder option, just as a quick test. Under the Credentials section, I'll choose Create New Credential because we'll need to generate a new connection for Google Drive. Next, open a new browser tab and go to cloud.google.com. Once you're there, click the menu icon in the top left corner and select New Project. If you don't have any projects yet, Google will show you an option to create one immediately. Either way, create a brand new project, because this is what we'll use to link n8n to Google Drive. For the project name, you can type anything you like. I'll call mine n8n tutorial. Under organization, you can either choose no organization or attach one you already have. Then click Create. Once the new project is ready, make sure it's active at the top of the screen. You'll see the project name displayed there. Mine says n8n tutorial. If you don't see it, click the drop-down and select the project you just made. Next, open the sidebar menu again. If it's hidden, click the hamburger icon at the top left to reveal it. From here, go to API and Services and choose Enabled APIs and Services. Then click Enable APIs and Services. Now in the search bar, type Google Drive. Click the Google Drive API and then click Enable. That activates the Drive API for this project. If you plan to use other Google tools in n8n, like Sheets, YouTube, or Gmail, just go to Enable API and Services again. Here now search for Google Sheets and click on Google Sheet API, and then you can enable it. You could also search for YouTube and then add the YouTube Data API in the same way. Just type YouTube into the search bar, select the YouTube Data API, and click Enable. You can repeat this process for any other Google services you plan to integrate, such as Google Sheets, Gmail, or Calendar. Simply search for each one, click Enable, and it will be added under the same project. This is especially useful if you're planning to work with multiple Google applications inside your n8n workflows. By keeping them all under one project, you'll have just one set of credentials managing every Google integration, instead of having to create separate credentials for each service. So, by enabling all the APIs you need now, you make it much easier later on to automate different Google tools within your n8n AI automation setup. Everything will work seamlessly through the same connected project. Just go back to the same page, click Enable APIs and Services, search for the product, and enable its API. After the Drive API is enabled, Google will prompt you to create credentials. So now let's set up the OAuth consent screen. On the left-hand menu, click OAuth consent screen. Click Create to continue. On the next screen, enter your app name. I'll again call mine n8n tutorial. Then provide your support email address. This should match the email linked to your Google account. Click Next and choose External for the user type, since you'll be connecting from outside Google. Under Contact Information, add your email again, then click Next once more. Agree to Google's API services and user data policy by checking the box and clicking Continue, then Create. Once that's done, we can move on to generating our OAuth client credentials. Click Create Credentials, then choose OAuth Client ID. For application type, select Web Application and give it a name such as n8n Client. Scroll down to the section labeled Authorized Redirect URIs and click Add URI. Now head back to your n8n window, find the OAuth redirect URL shown there, and click to copy it. Return to Google Cloud Console and paste that link into the URI field. Finally, click Create. Once it's generated, you'll see your new OAuth client listed with both a client ID and a client secret. Copy these carefully because we'll need them in n8n. Go back to n8n and paste the client ID and client secret into their respective fields in the Credentials window. Next, we'll head back to the Google Cloud Console and configure the authorized domains. In the left sidebar, click Branding, then scroll down until you find the Authorized Domain section. This step is very important because it tells Google which domain your OAuth requests can come from. Click Add Domain. If you're using n8n's official cloud service, enter n8n.cloud as the domain. But if you're using a self-hosted version of n8n, you'll need to use the domain or IP address where your own instance is hosted. In that case, you just have to take part after n8n and paste that into the authorized domain field. If your setup is hosted by IP instead of a domain, simply enter that IP address. When you've done this correctly, click Save. Now scroll down to the Developer Contact Information section and add your email address once more. The same one associated with your Google account is fine. After saving those changes, move over to the Audience tab on the left-hand menu. Scroll down to find the Test Users section, then click Add Users. Here, type in your Google account email and press Save. This allows your account to test and authorize the connection before you publish it to wider users. With all that in place, return to your n8n window. You should now see the Sign In with Google button available in the Credentials setup. Click it. When the Google Login window opens, select the same account you added to the test users list. Google will show you a list of permissions you're granting. These typically include read and write access to your drive. Click Allow to confirm. After a few seconds, n8n will display a green success message letting you know the connection has been established. You can close that window and return to your workflow editor. Now you'll see a green indicator box next to your Google Drive node, showing that your account is connected. Let's go ahead and test it to make sure everything is working correctly. Under Resource, choose Folder, and for the operation, select Create. For the folder name, type something simple like Test Folder. We'll leave the parent folder field blank so that the folder will be created in the root directory of your drive. Once everything's ready, click Execute Node in the top right corner. If the integration is successful, you'll see a green check mark appear with the message Executed Successfully. Below that, you'll also see the ID of the folder that n8n just created for you. Open your Google Drive in another tab and log into your account. Once you are there, simply go to Drive section from the left, and you should now see a new folder named Test Folder right inside the main directory. If you open it, it'll be empty for now, but this confirms that the connection between Google Drive and your n8n workflow is fully active. From this point on, you can exit out of this test node and start using all the other Google Drive features available in n8n. For example, you can search files, upload documents, or automate folder management tasks. Because the credential you created has proper access, all these actions will now work seamlessly, and that's it. So that is how you can connect Google Drive to your n8n AI automation workflow. So that's all for this video. Thanks.